Welcome to this introduction video with my friend Lauren Smallcomb of Flourish Therapy. And she is going to be tackling during her session, Dear Younger Me, the younger mama part of ourselves. But first, I would like to just have her tell us a little bit about herself and why coming to an event like this is so important. I met Lauren online through a mutual friend, and I will be forever indebted to that friend for introducing us. And she has just become so very, very dear to me. And even though she lives across the world, we actually got to meet in real time. And she got to come here and spend a couple days with me this summer. And it was just during a season that I really needed my friend here. So here is two long distance friends who occasionally get to be together in real time. I love you, and I'm grateful for you and for your consistency and your compassion and your love of me through some very, very hard seasons. So thank you for doing this with me. So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about you and why something like Dear Younger Me is so important?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I would be so glad to. I was thrilled when you invited me to come be part of this event, and I'm thrilled to do absolutely anything with you. And the topic made it even more like absolutely our younger versions need so much love and so much care. And how amazing that even though time has passed, we can still care for them. We can still understand them and understand our narrative and our story in a better light. And really, it brings a lot of healing. So I was thrilled when you proposed this idea, and I'm just glad to be part of it with you. Heather has been, my husband and I run a trauma healing and brain retraining practice in Thailand, but it's also global. And we met Heather because we needed to meet Heather. It was divinely orchestrated. We had a lot of interpersonal experience with power and control and unhealthy family dynamics, but we didn't have like a full comprehensive view and understanding of abuse yet. And meeting Heather just opened us into this world
Mhm.
of advocacy and just a really deeper understanding. So we feel very, very thankful that our paths crossed at that point of time and they're continuing together. And we just are really much more equipped in the work we're doing now, we feel, to be able to um, tend to our clients' needs in a much more abuse trauma informed way. So,
And folks can find you, Flourish Therapy. You guys have incredible content, Instagram, Facebook, your website. It's
yeah,
just beautiful
thank
content, and you can learn so much about the nervous system and retraining and rewiring the brain. So
you.
Lauren, let's talk just a little bit as an intro about Lauren, dear younger young mama. And
Hmm.
whatever you feel comfortable in this short intro, just tell us a little bit about what younger Lauren was going through at that time in her life.
Yeah, sure. So, what I am focusing on in this talk is really like the things that kind of shape us and shape our mothering season, and particularly the younger years where we're so vulnerable. All of these different variables and aspects of life that make it really a very unique time to to experience harm or lack of care or lack of attunement that we need as new moms who barely even know ourselves and have that strong sense of self on our own, let alone helping form these little humans' own sense of self. It's such a massive task. And for me, I came into motherhood very young, way too young. Got married at 19, had my first baby at 20, and I had my family role. We'll talk about this a bit in just family dynamics in our talk, but my family role was to be kind of the good child, the golden child, the one who takes care of everyone else's emotional needs and is aware of them and lessens their own needs for other people's well-being, which is a lot of our stories. And then, you go into motherhood, and I just felt like I have to meet all of these people. These are my people. I've got to do this with my whole heart and soul. And that's beautiful. And I honor that in me. And I also see how it nearly killed me because the burdens, the pressure, and the expectations on young moms. And then you're in that role from your own family dynamics, it makes it insurmountable. And I definitely experienced that. And then we decided, because I was so much conditioned by my family and church system to do good, to be good, to save the world, we decided to enter into adoption. And that really created a situation where I felt very compelled to do this, even at the expense, which I didn't know at the time, of my other children who I was, responsible for. I felt like I was equally responsible for children who didn't have parents than I was for my own. And I went out kind of being conditioned to always do good no matter the cost, and brought in more children, two more children into our family. And there was a lot of pain and trauma and fallout from those decisions. And I'm able to look back now and, hold the grief and the guilt of those decisions potentially, but also look at how much I was conditioned to do these most radical thing for God, which wasn't necessarily in our best interest. So that's a big part of my story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you add to it the layers because, as we have all shared our different segments of the dear younger versions of ourselves, we have all the conditioning from childhood, all the conditioning from being teenagers and the things that we were taught, good Christian girls are and do.
Oh,
And
yes.
then you come into the marriage and then all the things you're expected to do at all these stages and you just keep adding, adding, adding. And then you become a mama and you're responsible to keep these little ones alive and safe and healthy on top of all the burdens that you've been bearing before. It's truly impossible. It's truly impossible to
Yep.
do all the things that all the people want you to do all the time.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so we are going to go back and just talk to that younger version of Lauren
Great.
and just tell her the things that she needed to know then that she now, as an older, wiser mama, knows. So yeah, I am really excited to do this and to dig deeper with you. So thank you so much for being a part of this. And for those who are participating in the event, continue on. And for those who have not yet, you can grab the information in the video description. Thank you.